Hey, all you motherfuckers. We're Solidarity Service. This is the Gallatin Underground, 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 the Gallatin
Well, we got out on the wrong foot. Somehow we managed to get in line. And I woke so many times on the wrong side of the bed. Still had me a real good time. I took a wrong turn, got a long way. I took a right turn and it ruined my day.
That was awesome, guys.
Woo!
My name is Vincent Palafox. This is
Erin Redfire.
and special guest today.
Troy.
He will be now tagging along with us. He's part of our crew, newest addition to the Gallatin Underground. Welcome, Troy.
Welcome, Troy.
Today we're here with Solidarity Service, and we'll let the guys introduce themselves and talk about their gear, starting with Mike D here.
What's up? Vince, thanks. Thanks, people.
Yeah, no, you're
I'm
welcome.
Mike D. I'm playing a PRS with an extra 2 frets, just in case you were wondering. And a Vox AC12. AC12, I think.
You got any pedals there, Mike, that you run out of?
I got a tuner.
Just a tuner. That's classic. Straight in. I love it.
That's right.
Who do we got on lead guitar here?
This is Bill Highland. I also am playing a PRS, but mine's much nicer. It's an S2 single cut that I got from our good friends at Music Villa for a smoking deal. Thank you, guys.
Shout out Music Villa.
I'm playing through a Fender Deluxe Reverb amp, and I got a whole bunch of pedals. Probably too many to go through, but
You can give us a brief go.
we
for
got
it.
a couple of gain stages. Starts with an Effectrode PC2A compressor. I got a Fulltone OCD, Ibanez Tube Screamer, and an MXR EQ. Then fun toys. I got a Leslie thing, the Lex. I got a Mutron envelope filter, which is awesome. Organ machine, because we don't have an organ player, so that's me sometimes.
Nice.
Couple of different delays, analog and digital, and a chorus and a flange, and a good old Morley Bad Horsey Wah. There you go.
Shit, you got all the effects over there.
Yeah, I guess that's my job. Play the notes, all of them.
That's super awesome. Who do we got on bass over here?
Hey, my name's Matt Fiegel. I'm playing a Carvin 4-string bass through a classic 1980s PV bass amplifier. Not rocking any pedals today. I've got some I'll bring out for shows and stuff, but keeping it simple for today's purposes. And super stoked to be here.
Super awesome. And on the drums?
Yeah, I'm Brett Goodell, and I am playing a Pearl Masters custom kit, Maple. I've got a Mapex brass snare, Istanbul cymbals, and Mino Byzance cymbals, and Tama pedals.
Nice. So what brought you guys together? How did a solidarity service form? That's hard for me to say for some reason.
It gets a lot of people. What do you do?
I don't know.
It's it's one of those things where it's been many incarnations. Basically started kind of as a Mike D band and filtered through people that did and didn't want to play.
Mike D,
And basically,
not to interrupt your story, but you say it started as a Mike D band, but I don't know that the audience really knows who Mike D truly is. So could you elaborate
I don't know who Mike D is.
a little? I mean, you wear many faces in the sound scene and band scene of Bozeman. This is one of your many projects, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, right. And mostly I'm on the drums usually.
Right.
And this is the band that I came out as a guitarist.
Oh, you came out of the closet? You found out that you were...
It was hard, man. It was tough.
Brett,
Wasn't easy.
does that disturb you as a drummer that he came out as a guitarist?
Yeah, definitely.
Was it hard to take in
It was. And it's intimidating to play drums for a drummer.
Oh, is it? I bet that is, right?
He's always telling me I'm doing things wrong.
Oh, does he bitch at you about your ride?
Actually, that has happened.
Only twice.
He wants a
Only
lot.
twice.
He wants way more hi-hat than ride. He usually
That's
wants
right.
me to
Well,
go
the
to
ride is so damn intrusive to everybody's ears.
That's right. I keep it on the hi-hat as much as possible when I'm on drums.
This is a beautiful ride.
It is. It is.
Let's hear the ride for the audience. That is beautiful. It's
Yeah, I
definitely
wouldn't
not
talk
near as
shit on
bad
that
as,
ride.
as
It's
some.
on a beauty.
So basically, the evolution. I didn't want to be in a band called like the Dave Matthews Band. So a solidarity service is what I, after 12 names, settled on
How did you
by
come about-
myself. Just like it's going to be this, and then I just went over the years. There's been 12 people that were like, "Hey, man, I want to be in the Mike D Band." I had a pile of songs, so.
Yeah.
So I basically started it to get those songs out that I couldn't like teach people from the drums.
Right.
It's hard. It's like E. So it was nice in that regard. Now I understand why guitarists are more likely to play songs they like and know.
Yeah,
it's
right.
easier to play songs you know.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just that's how it's easy to play the drums with anything if you're good.
If you're good,
you got a
you
pocket.
put me on the drums, it might be another story.
You
So
probably
how
got
did
more-
you pick the
probably
name
got more of a pocket than
Solidarity
you know.
Service?
What's that?
How'd you pick the name Solidarity Service?
Actually, it was
from
pulled
the
out of a
book.
novel.
Yeah, tell him about the book. It's good.
It was pulled out of a novel. I thought it stood out. I wrote it down on my list. It kept standing out. I have a list.
What's the name of the book that
30
you're
band
referring to?
names.
Wasn't it? What was it? Brave New World? It was one of those,
One of those. Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, it's from Brave New World.
Brave
Yeah.
New World.
Aldous-
Yeah, Aldous Huxley.
Aldous Huxley.
I hated that damn book.
It's I don't blame you. I was interested and curious in that kind of stuff at the time when I read it. And then I was like, I just read the words together. I'd never seen those words together. I like it. And it fits with where I'm going. I don't specify with any genre. All the genres.
It seems
Bring
like
'em.
you guys definitely have a wide variety of sound enclosed in what is Solidarity Service.
Totally. And I'd like to take all the credit for it. But as I've told them and others, is my song's a coloring book. Just stay in the lines, pick a number, put that color in there.
So, Mike, you say that you've had a wide variety of. I wasn't too sure on what you were talking about. How long has this project been Solidarity Service?
This
Band
project,
members as a
this
whole.
collection of human beings, 3 years, I think.
That's a good
4.
run.
Wow, that's
4
impressive.
years.
4?
Yeah, it was we got called to do a political rally. We won't necessarily name any names,
Because
but
we're not doing that.
we needed to do a political rally, and we needed some
Oh yeah, that
some
would
musicians.
be 2016.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
so it was,
That was our
Jan-
first gig.
Yeah, January 2016. So the 4 of us, we kind of call it the core 4. We'll work with different people. We'll bring in singers and horn players and keyboards and percussionists, but this is kind of like the core of the creative group, and we've been working together for just over 4 years.
But we've all worked together in other projects. That's the other thing. We've all been in different bands together.
So we usually save this for later, but it seems like a perfect time to bring it up. What are some of your guys' other projects? Mike, we'll save you for last because you probably got the most. So let's have the other guys. Oh,
Brett
really?
probably does.
Brett's the slut
I
back
played
there.
in a
It's the
few.
slide.
Yeah.
All right, Brett. Let's hear what you got.
All
Name 'em
right.
off.
Well, I
If you forget
play.
any, and they're gonna be pissed.
I play with Moth.
Oh, right
We're
on.
like a electronic prog jam band, and I play with Dead Sky, which is a Grateful Dead tribute band. I also play with Kelly Nicholson Band, who is obviously led by Kelly Nicholson. It's kind of like a southern blues funk rock thing.
Yeah, I think I checked that out last year, the filler, if I remember right.
Yep.
It was 2 years ago. I'm not
Yep.
That was a good show.
And I play with Squirrel Gravy. A couple of our friends, Bill plays in that band as well, and a couple of our friends are doctors here in town.
Cool.
We jam some tunes with them. And I've played with, let's see, Big Montana and the Swingin' D's. We play a lot of
Nice.
inappropriate music in that band.
Can't wait to get those guys on the show as well. Hopefully
Those
this-
swinging
hopefully-
D's.
Hopefully this season we can.
That's a
get you
fun
guys.
one. That's going to be a parental advisory one.
I think our whole site is kind of a parental advisory. I've thinking about putting one of those like, "Are you 18 or over?" things at the beginning, but I'm like, we'll save it for later.
Yeah,
That might be overkill.
It might be overkill.
that one will offend some people, but it's fun.
Sweet, I love it. So is that all of them?
That's all the current bands I play in.
it's at
I've played in
6.
Scavocado. I played in Archer's Mob. I played in Tomorrow's Today.
Jeez,
And
man.
I
Man,
can't
you're
think
giving
of any
Ian
other
Jarvie
ones.
a run for his money.
What's that?
You're giving Ian Jarvie a run for his money.
Yeah.
You hear that, Ian? It's on.
There's not a lot of us drummers in town, so I get tossed around a bit.
Nice. I love how you play the role. That's perfect.
Thank you.
Matt, what are some of your projects?
I'm working with a few other projects right now. Mike and I are in another project together called One Leaf Clover. We call that Mountain Boogie Rock, and that project's been around for a little over a decade. So
Nice.
play around the area, have a lot of fun with that. Playing with a live hip hop project right now. Mike and I are actually doing that one together as well. Mike and I spend a lot of time driving around the valley together, actually. And what else? I've got a traditional blues project and also a trio that Brett and I do together that's exclusively songs from the British invasion and reggae interpretations of Weezer's greatest hits.
Really? That's like so out
Yep.
there. It's awesome.
It's got to be reggae Weezer or it's got to be from the British invasion, and we'll play it. So Brett and I have a lot of fun with that one too.
I figured I'd let you introduce that one.
Yeah, thanks. So that's the one Brett's got one more for his list as well. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, we stay busy.
That's so cool. Bill, what were some of your other projects?
So mine, I was also in Tomorrow's Today back in the day. That was sort of, I feel like that was the beginning of this band in some ways, because we had Brett on drums and Mike D singing and playing guitar for the first time. That's when he really came out to us. So we knew he was out of the closet by then. But then that band ended up not existing anymore. And then I was also in Scavocado for a while, which also doesn't exist anymore. Bummer, but good times. And right now I have this band, Squirrel Gravy, as he mentioned, which is a lot of Fish, Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers, Beatles, Tom Petty, Rush, you name it, Humphreys, sort of covers, and a couple of originals. That's really fun. I have a new one called Big Payback with the Krausen brothers and Mitchell Martell and Alex Urban and Gunter Roylance. We're really still knocking around the beginning of the band. We did the Ween project recently where we had a Ween tribute night. That was our last gig. We did another gig, all covers. So that band is still working. We're starting to put together some originals and keep it going. But at this point, Solidarity Service is my number one, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's super awesome. I'm maybe catching a little bit of back east in there. You got a little history there, or
Maybe.
He's got a little lobster stuck in his throat.
like New York or Boston or
Massachusetts native, yes.
Okay, there you go.
Everyone who knows me knows this. So
Tell it like it is. You're right outside Boston.
yes, I'm from Arlington, Mass.
Well, I mean,
I'm a Patriots fan, so fuck all of you who aren't.
so another masshole. Okay.
I didn't want to be the first one to say it, but
It should be noted that I'm from New Hampshire and I'm a Patriots fan as well. And this is Brett, the drummer, speaking.
Well, you got some fans at least anyway.
I'm not from New England, but I tolerate these guys.
That's super cool. Well, how about we hear another song? What do you guys got for us next?
We're going to do a new one. Actually, that last one was called 2020, and that was a new one too. This one's called Polka Dot Bow.
Poking that bow?
Yeah.
What's it about?
Sure. That's probably where it'll go to.
You're not sure what it's about?
It's about gifts and the many gifts that we get in life. I mean, in the many forms.
So it's
You know,
kind of like
presents gift wrapped in polka dot bows.
Okay, cool. Let's hear it.
One, two, three, four.
That'd be 1, 2.
Oh. Shit, I was gonna play the wrong song. That's what the deal was.
I just want to say that I have all that on video and it was fucking priceless.
Well, y'all looking at me, I don't even play that first part. I'm coming in on the one after your little ditty there.
Right, ready?
'Cause
Polka dot bow.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't see that ending coming. That was rad.
So where do you guys play here around town?
Nowhere.
You don't play at all?
No.
Oh.
Have you guys heard of the
Well, I
place
feel
called
really lucky to get to hear
the
you then.
Hofbrau? They like bands like you guys.
As you guys know, I'm at the Hofbrau all the time.
Would you consider the Hofbrau like a second home?
For me, yeah, for sure.
Maybe for that man of the
Ever since-
of the Hofbrau over there, maybe too, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ever since I started working with Hans, my friend Hans at the Catspaw, he lived by the Hof, and he's like, "Oh man, you play music? You don't hang out at the Hof much?" Well, I go there during the day to get weed and shit. That was in the '90s. That was back in the day. Anyway, you don't do that anymore.
You're right. You just go to the dispensary, right?
There was a time you couldn't find it, especially around Christmas.
God damn it, Mike. You know my mom's going to listen to this.
Oh, Brett's coming out today.
I'm sorry,
I'm just
Jackie.
kidding. He doesn't smoke with us ever.
Okay.
But yeah, the Hofbrau. I mean, it's music every single night of the week.
I know, it's so awesome. I love the Hofbrau filling station.
And
Fry family, thank you.
when I first showed up there, it was the middle of the day, and I was like, "Ah, cool, another dirty bar. I've been here." And then, a little while later, I experienced the night end. The day crowd and the night crowd, completely different.
Oh, completely different.
So, yeah, he's in a band that's named after the Hof. I live there when I'm not at home or at the grocery store.
We just played at the Hof that 2 weeks ago. That was my first time there in 2 years.
We haven't
well,
actually-
first time
2
playing
years?
there.
We haven't played there. This band hasn't played there in ages. We should probably do it.
Yeah, we played in Helena last weekend.
We play all the normal places.
We play out of town more than we play in town.
That's kind of
It
nice,
pays-
though,
it
isn't
pays
it?
better.
Pays better.
Yeah, for sure.
We're really big in West Yellowstone, Montana.
I was kind of thinking, of starting a band and just telling them that we were from out of town.
It's not a bad idea.
One of my goals, I have all these aspirations of different bands I want to be in. And one of them is not to play in town. And I want everybody in town to hear about it from their friends back home.
Nice.
That'd be the
good.
way to do it.
So, do you guys have any CDs out or
Nope.
Nothing? You just kind of wing it off the cusp and just for fun?
Like I said, it's basically all of our side projects,
Nice.
basically. So, and that just comes back to the fact that we all love music and can't get enough. So it's hard to focus.
Yeah. So you guys
Candy
don't
store,
have an album in mind in the future, or you're just gonna keep
I'd like to do a live album.
a
We're
live
currently
album?
looking for sponsors, now that you mention it, to sponsor our first album. So
Ooh, that
everyone
seems
listening
like a
to Gallatin
challenge.
Underground, we're looking for a benefactor. Hook us up.
Yeah,
Beat us to the
that's true.
punch.
That is something.
Yeah, sweet. So if any of you audio engineers out there want to take these guys on as a project, I think they're more than willing to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To let you experiment with their sounds.
Yeah, it's not for lack of material. Like we do, probably 3 dozen of Mike's songs, and he's got 4 or 5 dozen more that we don't even know about yet. So,
So
Yeah, we got 3 albums already,
3 albums worth of material.
and they're all
you've got-
equally the same.
And you
Good or bad,
mostly
however you
don't
choose.
play in town.
Oh,
You
we
mostly
play in
play
town
on-
all
No,
the
that
time.
was a joke. We do.
We play
Once in a great while.
all the venues.
We used to play
in
the
town.
Zebra.
Yeah, the Zebra.
Oh,
Zebra.
rest in peace, Zebra.
Zebra,
Amen to
Phil,
that.
Legion. We've done the Legion.
Yeah,
We haven't played the Rialto yet.
No, this band
I think
has.
we've
This is
been
the only band I
blacklisted
haven't
for
played the
that
Rialto
for some
with.
reason.
Red Tractor.
I don't know why.
We've done.
we've done the beer festivals.
There's
at
something there though.
Yeah, we've actually headlined the beer fest.
beer festivals at the fairgrounds,
Yeah.
Bite of Bozeman. So yeah,
Yeah.
we get around. But we
Jackson,
also-
Wyoming.
We've had some fun times down in Jackson Hole for sure.
And well, we're all at the point with our other things that, if it ain't a good paying gig, we can't really take it.
I see. So since this is basically the back burner of your guys' other real projects, that you only play gigs that you can make money at because it's not worth it otherwise.
Yeah, basically.
And you're not going to record an album because you don't want to pay for it because you think
It's not that we don't want to pay for it. It's that we can't.
Yeah, man. Come
Oh,
on.
okay, can't.
You had to get
but
there, huh?
you guys gave yourself up right there when you said that you only take paying gigs. So it leads me to believe that you make some money. Come on.
They
now.
want to be paid to write.
Oh
an
wait,
album.
it just pays for gas and beers, right?
And food. You got to
food,
have
yeah,
pizza
yeah.
and shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Chicken nuggets and shit.
We like to go to
And that weed
diners
at
after
Christmas,
gigs.
Yeah.
right? yeah.
So do you guys always practice
That's
in
just
this space here?
No. Well, we used to practice at Brett's old house, which is now still the Kelly Nicholson practice place. And
Kelly Nicholson
the
and Dead Sky.
Jesse Atkins.
Yep, Jesse
trio,
Atkins practice there.
Who, to any newcomers to town, haven't seen him, go check him out. He's been good since he was like 8, I think.
Nice.
He was like 16 when I first saw him, and I was like, God, what the fuck is this kid doing?
Making you jealous.
He's still doing it, man.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Rad.
And that's what it's all about. You love it. You know, like me, I started when I was 8. I wasn't trying to get laid. I just loved music.
Yeah.
I'm still not trying to get laid. Except Rachel, you better be ready. Shout out to my lady.
Nice.
Shout out to all the ladies because they support us and they say go play music because you're good.
That's,
like
that's
it.
just
It
because they
makes
don't
you
want to
happy.
hear you at the house play music.
That could be.
Yeah.
That could be.
They also
I'm very
do love you,
fortunate.
but yeah.
I'm very fortunate. I can't speak for everybody. I'm not in the dark corners of everybody's life.
Hopefully not.
Try to stay out of the dark corners of my life too, but just clean them once in a while.
Just clean them once in a while. Every dark
That's
corner.
what music's for, man.
Every dark corner needs swept out every now
That's
and then.
right, man. Just don't look. Just blindly sweep that shit out of there.
Grab the power washer, spray, and turn your head. Close your eyes. You'll be all right.
Yeah, man. You
No.
gotta laugh, dude. You gotta laugh.
I got a Roomba. I don't clean up shit.
Well, so it never gets the dark corners
Do you
because
ever?
it's round.
No, I'm saying something else gets the dark corners for me.
I want to I want a Roomba and I want to tape a bunch of knives to it. So danger Roomba.
That's
It-
gonna
so is
hurt
that
your
like your
ankles.
attack Roomba.
Yeah,
know,
my
it's like-
attack Roomba.
So it will like protect you from intruders.
Yeah.
It just like slowly goes at them with knives and hits them with the doll end.
I try to throw hugs at intruders.
Bring your truth, Mike.
We'll see if it works when they really come after me.
Yeah, who knows? So, all right, we've established that you guys are probably only going to record a CD if somebody sponsors you guys. You have enough material for every recording studio in town to record you and still not be done recording. And you're probably never going to be any more than taking gigs for private events.
Nah, that's not true.
That's not true? Okay,
No.
you'll still play free shows at the Hoff?
Oh yeah,
All right.
we still do it.
All right.
That was all a lot of big talk, but yeah, we still do.
We
all
still
those
play the
gigs.
Murray. We
Yeah.
do all the regular.
Yeah, we do
things.
everything.
We'll do.
Yeah,
We
we're
do
working on
whatever.
the fly here, man.
We're for hire. Hire us for your wedding though, and pay us like $5,000.
We like to say we're only going to take the good paying gigs, but those come around like once a year.
Yeah,
Right.
where do the paying
I was going to
gigs
say,
come from?
could I get on that list?
Yellowstone Club.
Summertime. We're fortunate. We have a few places to play. We used to have more, it seems like, but we still have some really great places, and I consider myself very fortunate to be here. And in like so many regards, I could go on, but playing music is why I'm still here, man. There's so many great musicians around here. The puddle is fucking deep, man.
It's huge.
It's like you guys, man. You guys fucking kill it.
Oh, we haven't even
thanks.
touched the
And,
surface.
and you
I
guys,
mean,
you guys share one of my favorite people, Ian. Am I right?
I don't know if I share him, but I try to.
I love that guy. Every time I see that guy play, I'm like, man, I love that guy.
He's got so much energy.
Yeah, totally.
It just like comes out of him, you know. It's a cool thing to watch.
He seems like a very decent human. That
He's just like super supportive no matter who you are if he first meets you. But I watched him one time. I played, or my old band played with Cannabis, and there was this guy out there trash talking somebody, and he was segregating him. And I've never seen anybody just jump out and just get in the dude's face, basically telling him he had no right. So Ian is, yes, all around a good guy. Hey, Ian, we're stroking that shaft.
that's
Nice. Catch you even if you're not here, motherfucker.
All 10 of us.
I know you're listening to this, Ian.
I hope he listens to most of the episodes. I think he does. Super rad. Well, what do you guys got for us next?
Which one are we doing next?
Which one was it? Oh, we were going to do Never Miss Me.
Let's do it.
This is where I was going to shout out to all the ladies. I jumped the gun on that. This is to the ladies.
Baby, just sit right there. Let down your head. I could spend all day watching you sit right there. I'm standing somewhere near. 'Cause you get me, and when you hit me with your love, nothing's wrong. Nothing wrong. You never miss me when you hit me with your love. Nothing wrong. You never miss me when you hit me with your love. Nothing wrong. And if a lifetime passed us by, side by side, you and me watching the same stars in the sky, who's alive? Long as you get me, still hit me with your love. Nothing's wrong. Nothing wrong. You never miss me when you hit me with your love. Nothing wrong. Come on, hit me with your love. Never miss me with your love. Come on, hit me with your
Sweet. Hey, Bill.
Yo.
So all them chorus, those solos. I mean, I got to say, you're setting my hair on fire.
Thanks.
It's kind of hard to do with slick back right now, but do you have all of those memorized, or are you just flying off the cuff?
Oh, hell no. I'm improvising most of everything, but not necessarily 100%, but significant improvisation is definitely my game.
That's the secret.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
But there's like, every song has sort of licks that I come back to or work up to, and every one sort of has a structure in my mind, like what kind of scale or mode I'm on, or, level of intensity, or position on the neck, all that kind of stuff. I sort of like try to build to a certain point, and really what I'm trying to do is make sure I nail the ending so that when we come in to the next pot, I'm not just like still noodling
Halfway
around.
in the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, no, definitely. I'm a huge improviser guy. Huge fan of like Jerry, Trey Anastasio, Jake Siniga. Like I'm all about the improvisation. So
You didn't even name Fish. Fish is your.
I said Trey.
He said Trey.
Yeah.
That's not Fish. That's Trey.
I was talking about guitar heroes. I said Jerry Garcia, Trey. I could list a lot. Warren Haynes, Derek Trucks. Damn, where do we
Since
start?
we're listing names,
Dweezil Zappa. Fuck.
Maybe I didn't.
why
listen
don't
to
you
you.
guys dive into a
you
little
were
bit of your
trailing off.
influence? Bill, you might as well take off there. You got to start on it. So.
Well, yeah, all of that. But I love guitar players like Corey Wong and Mark Lettieri. A lot of guys. I love everything.
Jake Seninger.
I said Jake. Well, you're not listening. I started with Jerry, Trey, and Jake as number ones. Jimmy Herring, he's up there. So many though. I mean, God, Alan Holdsworth, and we were just talking last night about how amazing the likes of David Gilmour. He's one of my favorites of all time. Jimmy Page, Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Sure, fine, but I'm more influenced by more modern guys, I guess. And I grew up listening to metal, so I mean, I started this whole music process like learning Metallica, Megadeth, AC/DC, Iron Maiden, stuff like that. That was more like 30 years ago, but that's where it all began, I guess.
Are you playing your comfortable genre now, Bill?
Oh yeah. Well, because we're playing original music. We're kind of creating this as we go. I love Mike D's songwriting, and he gives me a little bit of direction, but most of it, like if he has an idea, I do it, but most of it is like I'm coming up with it. So the creativity gets to flow. And I've really learned a lot from these guys in particular, like of how to play less, play more melodically and not just like attack everything like it was a Metallica solo.
Fill the spaces and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit more melodic. But then once in a while, like, just you got to send it on this one, and I will. But I, try to do a little of everything. And the pedals help, but also the different modes and scales and approaches to solos. Try to keep it not too stale, especially if it's
little
just the four of
fresh,
us. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Brett, you seemed very opinionated on some of these influences of Bill's.
I'm a very opinionated.
I just think he
human
wasn't
being.
listening.
Well,
Yeah,
since
that's the
he
thing.
only probably named about 3 of the guys that are your heroes, who are some of yours?
Who are
as a
some of my
drummer?
heroes? I got a lot of modern guys too, like Chris Myers. Umphreys McGee is my favorite band. So Chris Myers, Adam Deitch from Lettuce. I mean, who else? Been listening to a lot of J-Rad, a lot of Russo's Dead, and let's see what else we got going on.
I mean, obviously, you're pretty big in the whole Dead scene, so being in a
I
Dead
do like
cover
the
band
Grateful
kinda,
Dead. Yes.
That's pretty obvious in your guys' playing as well. But it's funny. It seems like you two are definitely the Deadheads, where these guys kind of come in and flavor it with I don't know, piss and vinegar, if you would.
This is true.
Is that what the kids are calling rock and funk?
I don't know. I think that you bring a lot more energy than would probably be there without you, Mike. And I think that the bass lines in there really like fill up that like heaviness to the songs.
Cool,
So I don't think it would be the same without you or Matt on bass.
Oh,
I
definitely
appreciate
not.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all kind of like, Voltron comes together and you got the parts, and you put the sum of the parts together, and it's, something cooler than any of us are going to do by ourselves. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's super cool. Who are some of your guys' influences?
I'm more old school. These guys are talking about a lot of the newer cats. I not grew up, but I got real into P-Funk, like Bootsy Collins and George Clinton and that whole like 70s funk vibe. I used to DJ up at KJ.
So that's kind of where that soul side comes from.
Yeah, like Duck Dunn, played with like Booker T and the MGs and all those old Stax recordings and stuff. He's one of my favorite bass players as well. And Bootsy Collins. Marcus Miller, who played with Miles Davis and a bunch of cats, is one of my favorites as well. And then I went on a big Waylon Jennings kick for a number of years, where I listened to a bunch of like that old outlaw country, and that shit grooves hard too. Waylon was actually Buddy Holly's bass player at one point, and he was supposed to be on the plane with Buddy, and he ended up not being on the plane. But
yeah,
Waylon's got a lot of cool bass going on in his music as well. So I like stuff that grooves. I like stuff that makes people want to dance.
You're definitely listening to the rhythm and things more than most people probably.
Well, I enjoy the rhythm. I don't know if it's more or less, but I dig it for sure.
Mike, who are some of the people in your background that have helped you to build your songwriting structure and style?
As everyone knows, it's really hard to explain it all and go through all.
Oh,
their
you're never going to
favorites.
catch anybody, but
my
a
first
couple of them.
favorite band was The Who. So, I mean, I at first I was a fan of the songwriting, and then I saw a video of them playing, and I was like, that drummer is so fucking cool. I want to be that dude.
And the first song you learned was Boris the Spider?
Now, the first song I learned was Fire by Bruce Springsteen. Real easy. It's a real easy song. I can't even do it. Anyway, but no, like, I'm a child of the 70s, so I feel like, I hate to say it because I know it pisses a lot of people off, but I'm going to say it anyway because I decided to, 2020, no filter. That's my
Is that what the first song is about?
Anyway, pretty much you talk about any kind of music there is out there right now, and almost every single kind of music, there's that kind of music from the 70s better. That's how I feel.
What about trap?
You're right. You pissed a lot of people off.
Okay,
Mike.
boomer.
I love all the new stuff. I love Man Man. Have you listened to Man Man yet?
I don't think so.
I love Man Man. It's kind of a mix of like Tom Waits and some other kind of funky pop music. I don't know. I'm actually, I probably piss more people off. I actually like Justin Bieber for a while.
Oh, brace yourselves, crowd.
No, man, I felt bad for the kid. Everybody was giving the kid shit, and he was just making music, man. Like, it's like, why you got to pick on this 8-year-old kid for doing something you want to do?
First of all, he wasn't 8 years old.
Well, whatever age he was fucking young,
dude.
man. He was a young dude, and all these adults were giving him shit.
Well,
and that's what
driving
that's
around
what started
fancy ass
me.
cars and he doesn't even know how to drive.
I know. I know. I didn't go buy any albums, but my daughter
Bring your truth,
so
Mike.
I listened
Bring
to
your
it, and I was
truth.
like, hey, this shit ain't that bad. It's like, why are these people throwing tomatoes?
Have you learned one of his songs yet?
I have, actually.
Yeah, which one?
Was it Baby?
You got to come see me play a solo show to see me play Bieber.
Okay, all right. Next
The
time
chicks love it,
I'm gonna
though.
see you Sunday night, and I'm gonna be like, all right, fucking, let's see your Bieber, Mike. No fucking.
I don't always play on Sunday nights, so.
Well, maybe I'll show up on Monday then. I don't
Well,
know.
he'll be playing drums usually, right?
I feel
But
like
anyway, back to the music influence, man. Like, for me, like, one of the most influential songs of my childhood is Billy Thorpe's "Children of the Sun." Not a lot of people know that song because that album sucked. But that song was fucking epic, man. It's got all the shit that I love. Fat ass bass lines, cool fucking drum riffs, and some cool ass outer space lyrics. That kind of shit has always blown my mind. It doesn't matter what genre or what time period it comes from. I have a crazy imagination, but I wish it was like some of these songwriters, like Pete Townsend, all the great songwriters that were kind of experiencing the end of that generation. It's kind of sad, but
I think it's
it is
just
what it
a
is.
little
It
harder
is
to
what it is.
find.
Nothing we can do about our mom
I don't
and
know
dads
that it's
getting it on.
disappearing so much, Mike. I think it's just harder to find. Yeah, and that's what one of our goals as the Gallatin Underground is to bring out these little tiny nuggets of gold, if you would, to shine out, and so people can hear them and keep them into their give them influence in the future to have that sort of songwriting style that you're talking about that you feel is lost. I don't feel it is.
Right. No, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's lost. I just don't feel like it's utilized as much because the one thing that I've noticed, there's a lot of stuff doing. Everybody's like, oh, there's no good music out. I call bullshit on that because there is good music out there. But if you really want to dig into it and you want an answer to your question, there's a lot of answers to it. Money. There's that band in the 80s, the 70s, that video killed the radio star. That's another one. You know what I'm saying? You got to be pretty. It helps to be pretty.
Yeah, it sure does.
Doesn't matter whether you're a boy or a girl. But
But how fortunate are we to be in not only a state that's almost feels like we're isolated from the rest of the country, but we're in a town in that state where we were actually outside having a circle jerk before this whole thing was going down. Some cigarettes might have been involved. I'm not going to say what kinds of smoke was out there. There was smoke.
Very much true.
But we were speaking with Matt and all the different people coming to this town for the economy and just everything's a boost. We are so fortunate to have this.
Totally agree. I was just saying, I don't go to very many big shows anymore. One, because I can't afford them. Two, because we have such a good scene that you can go eat local and it's cheaper and it's better.
It's a lot more fun.
It's a lot more fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But we have so many great bands. I mean, I could go on, and I like all of them. Some of them are better than others, and I am of the belief that it's either good or bad. It doesn't matter. Like Archeron is like the best metal band I've seen in a long fucking time.
Oh, they're excellent.
They're fucking so good. I haven't seen it for a while, but bands like that, they're all over town. They're in every dark corner of town.
Just
I'm
trying
gonna
to
put
find
you on the
them.
spot. Like, who are you guys' like top 3 local bands?
Local bands
Yeah.
right now or over time?
Either.
Because there's a lot of good bands that have left. The Touchers was the all-time best band we've ever had, I think. That's my opinion.
I know a lot of people feel that way.
I saw them a lot, and their shows were always fucking good. I mean, always top-notch. And the way Donnie and Ben played off each other, and Blue is like one of the most amazing stage performers we have in this town. I wish he would play out more, but you can't make people do what they don't want to do.
That's true.
And we all know Keith, the spicy one.
Oh yeah,
The spicy one.
And that was
that's
the best
one way
one.
of putting it.
But I liked Dr. Gravy back in the day too. Back in the 90s, they created a party and everybody came. It's like, fuck, great, this is awesome. But you guys ever see Band University?
I haven't seen them. No.
They were awesome. Goes on and on.
Awesome.
Kitchen
I
Dwellers,
love-
we got to give those
Kitchen
guys a
Dwellers are
shout
good.
out. They're
Yeah.
they're the pride of Bozeman right now, touring the country and kicking ass.
Who's that?
The Kitchen Dwellers.
The Kitchen Dwellers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great, good friends of ours, and other local bands that are awesome: Dusty Pockets, Hawthorne Roots, Cold and Thorns, Permafunk, Moth.
I'm a longtime fan of Left on 10th.
Left on 10th, we love those guys too. Absolutely.
Super rad.
Cool dudes.
Cool.
That
You guys got anything?
that
to
means
chime
more
in
to me than
on
anything.
That note.
What's that?
Does Brett or Matt have anybody to chime in on that, or does that kind of cover it?
I think that covers it. I forgot what they said already, so I don't want to like.
Say it again and
Yeah.
have Bill yell at you.
And I'm sure we forgot stuff. I'm not good on the spot.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh,
That's what she
although
said.
I will say that one of my favorites since I've been here was Cure for the Common for sure.
Cure for the Common. Cool.
Oh yeah, they deserve a shout out. They sort of a lot of them are what the Dusty Pockets is now. And then so they still sort of exist. If you go to Dusty Pockets and they start jamming, close your eyes, you're at a Cure show again.
And we love Paige and the People.
Oh, we forgot
We love
Paige. Yeah.
Paige.
Paige has played with us before.
That's the thing. The list is so fucking long.
That's what I mean.
It's like
I
you
know,
can't
it's
say
hard to
you can't
remember
say it
everyone.
without.
It's
They
awesome.
didn't say me. It's like, oh, dude, we smoked a little. Sorry, dude, we forgot. I love you, man. We love you all.
No, that's so cool. It's what's awesome.
Ooh,
is,
Modern Sons. I can't forget them.
Modern
They're our
Sons.
buddies.
Yeah,
Modern
exactly.
Sons.
Pat's got the shirt on.
Yep.
How do we forget them?
We actually did the Modern Sons last season. That was great. Episode 14. Check it out. All the rest of those bands you guys named for local bands, we have not even come close to interviewing any of them yet. And it's funny, we interviewed 24 bands last season and haven't even touched the surface of what Bozeman has to offer.
It's a deep puddle, man.
It's
That's-
huge. It's
that's
huge.
the thing, man.
I mean, you guys just listed almost 24 more, It's and still not even touching the surface.
Yeah.
And that's where I come back to about eating organic, man. That local music. It may not be good as Metallica and J-Lo.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it is.
No, I mean the dancing. We don't have the dancing and shit like that.
Yeah.
Metallica. Have you seen their new dancers? They're fucking. Their choreography is off the hook.
Nice. I'll have to check it out. What do you guys got for us next?
The next one's a fool.
Yeah,
said that-
Is the fool next?
Yeah, I
actually,
said that really quickly to force us into
how about
that.
a back-to-back? Is that possible? You guys want to do a
The
back-to-back?
fool
for us?
and the fool and elbows.
I
Okay,
can't
the
back
Fool
to
and
back 'cause
Elbows.
I'm drop tuned
Yeah.
on the Fool, so I got to retune my bass string after this one. While we're pontificating, I
Okay,
just down
is
tuned
it
my
possible
bass.
to do a back-to-back for the ending song?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
This
so
one's
we'll
got to
do
be
this
in.
one, and then we'll do a back-to-back for the last number if that works for you guys.
Dig it. Yeah, we can do one. I can tune back up, and then we can do two back to back.
Okay, so that sounds excellent.
It was definitely supposed to be elbows, but I said the fool, so now we're doing the fool.
Okay, we're doing the fool.
This song was not on my list to be played today.
This was on my list.
Sweet.
But,
We insisted. We
Glad
love this.
Mike D didn't get his way on this one.
That's right. I don't put my foot down too much, man.
Well, he
I
really
don't.
has never gotten his way on this because he wanted to play this song in 4 and a little bit rockin', and we play it in 6 and a little more. I don't know if you'd call it Americana.
Nashville country.
Yeah, we pretty
something.
much told him this is the way it's going to be.
How do you like that, Mike?
I wanted it to be more punk, but
What's not punk about 3? I mean 6.
This right here. Here I go, making a fool of myself again. Never know when that fool comes to show. Sometimes I'm with friends of mine, other times I'm alone. The thing that I think in my head is that fool gotta go. And I know that fool is surviving my soul. Yeah. Got no place to go. Here I go, off into the unknown again. Never know where my mind and my body might go. Might hide me in late night freight train, might take me above, might find me some city, might find some place to go. Here I go. Here I go, making a fool of myself again. Never know when that fool gonna show. That fool gonna show. Got no place to go.
that's me. I'm a fool. I
Fuck
think
yeah,
we're
you
all
are.
capable of it.
We're all capable of being fools, Mike.
Thanks for having my back, Vince.
Yeah, I always got you back, Mike.
You know what I love most about you guys' band? The strong sense of kinship that all of you guys share.
You nailed it, dude. That's
yes,
exactly
that is
why these
very
guys
true.
are in the band, because that's what I was looking for. I was like, do you want to be in this band? Do you want to play this music? I mean, I don't want to shake you and ask you, but I do. You know what I mean? So,
Mike.
so basically, that's it was like I said, we've all done different things. We've known each other for a long time. I think I've known Brett personally the longest. Yeah,
Yep.
I think
Yep.
so. I'm not sure when Contagious It was early Contagious when I met this guy. And actually, I met him as a fan, so I was just a fanboy. He didn't know who I was. I was just down there going, yeah.
Thanks for that, Mike.
So you knew who he was. But.
Yeah, Contagious was a live hip hop project I had back in the early 2000s. We used to hang out with 8 Track Mind and Ill Sauce and some of the old Bozeman music crew. So yeah, it was good stuff.
Super rad. So that kind of leads into a great point. This is a question that we always love to ask all of the bands, and I'm not sure if it even deserves asking right now because I think we all know the answer. But for the rest of the band members, excluding Mike D, who is the diva in the band?
It's definitely Mike D.
It's definitely Mike D.
Mike's
It's
pointing.
the drummers. It's a tie for the drummers.
I mean, I could see like Bill having some attitude there, but I don't think he's the diva.
Never. I've seen him get diva-ish once, and he had a fever of 103. So,
I think I was mad once, maybe twice, but that's it.
Nice. That's super awesome.
so yeah, man, it's all about the feel, man. The music is what it is. It's always going to be what it is. It's good or it's bad. That's your opinion. That's my opinion. The feel is way, way, way more important for me. You know, it's like, I don't know how many times I've been like, I fucking love this band. And then I met the dude and he was a fucking jerk off.
God, doesn't that fucking piss you
that
off?
sucks, man. Because that whole album that you loved is now ruined.
Dude, I know.
You know? So-
Fuck Eddie Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it, you know, it's not about how good these guys are. Because I mean, shit, they're not that good. None of us are.
Going back onto the diva quality there.
None of us are that good, you know.
None of us
but
are that good.
the feeling that we produce together as a group of human beings, there's something there, and everybody who's been in a good band with a good vibe knows what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the closest
You should probably
the
start a new
closest
project.
feeling is sitting at home on the couch with a bowl of your 3 favorite ice creams.
I thought you were gonna say of something else, but
Of course, man.
that's super great. So you know we're kind of winding down toward the end of the show here. Who are some of the people, venues, businesses, bands, partners that you guys want to give special thanks or shout out to? You know,
First off, our biggest shout out would be out to the ladies that have sang with us, because we've had like 6 or 7 of them. So first we started with Jen. She played sax and sang with us. She couldn't gig on Fridays, so
That's Jen Lane, formerly
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Scavocado as well.
yeah, totally. And then we got Bree. Bree started singing with us. And
Brianna
then,
Moore
and
moved
then
to Victor,
Maddie.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Maddie Kelly of Hawthorne Roots.
And then Callista moved to New Mexico. Kate moved to New
Schroeder
Mexico.
also moved.
Kelly, she got her own band.
Kelly Nicholson has her own band. Cole was with us for a hot second.
Cole actually
Thorne
might have been the first one that
She
sang
was
with
the
us.
first, yeah. We did some
Big
gigs with
Sky.
Cole.
nice.
Sorry, Bill. I totally stepped on that.
Oh, you got them all right. She only really did a couple of gigs, and like we had a lot of fun. We learned some of her songs. She learned some of ours. That was really the beginning when we're like, man, we need some ladies. We're ladyless now, so also ladies listening, if you can sing and if you can play a horn, that's even better. Call us.
Girls make everything better. And I think that's the underrated energy that they bring to every table they sit at.
Well, I mean, you already explained how Metallica's killing it with the ladies. So.
Yeah.
Anybody else you guys want to give special mention to?
You know, there's probably
The filling station, the Hoff, the old Zebra, Rialto.
There's a new Zebra.
Not yet. They should.
Right, I know. It's
I needed a rim shot for that one. You left me hanging there.
We got. There we go. Eric Kofa is a good buddy of ours, another New Hampshire boy. Give him a shout out. Chicken Jam West.
That's right.
Way to go, Eric. Keep it up.
And, you know, all of our former and current bandmates, because they make us better too. I mean, it's like, it's kind of frustrating for people when you're in like 12 bands, Brett. But every band makes him tighter.
Yeah,
you know, every time he plays some song that he doesn't know and doesn't want to play, he gets better. And it's the same with all of us. It's just, I just pointed at him just because.
Well, right, Mike. I think I've seen you play like 100 different kinds of songs and probably not know any of them when you started playing them that night. But
well, I was a snob of originals when Well, I played as a drummer. You only play what the guitarists and the other bandmates want as you're young. And then as I grew in and found that it was like we had a singer that wouldn't show up to rehearsals, and I love him for it because it made me find out I could sing and play the drums.
Nice.
And then 3 weeks later, I was like, "Hey guys, let's write a song." And they all went, "It's not as easy as you think, Mike." So I picked up the guitar specifically to write songs, and I only wrote songs for 10 years. And after I wrote a good handful of songs, I was like, "Okay, fuck it, I'll learn a cover."
Was it hard for you when you started playing covers?
Yes, it was very hard.
That was the same thing. It's very similar to what I did. I was like, fuck all these other guys. I'm going to play my own shit. And I did that, and I sucked, But I continued on for a long time writing shitty music. And it was great for me because it really helped me develop my sense of sound for myself. But when I went into playing covers, which may or may not be the same way for you, but it was extremely hard for me. And I realized I didn't know shit all about music.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the musical fire that you have to keep stoking, man. It's like
you're never done learning.
Yeah, you put a little bit in at a time. If you put too much in that fire once, man, you're out of inspiration just like that. And I think of it that way, man. It's like you want inspiration.
Skate at your own limit.
Yeah. You don't need a big fire. You just need some warmth and you need some heat.
A couple new tricks here and there.
Yeah, man. Or food. You can think of it that way. It's like you gotta eat something new every.
Yeah, you tried the
something.
bacon last week. Let's try the peppered bacon this week.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly, man. Exactly. So, yeah, it's a cool thing. We're lucky to be. I feel like I'm lucky to have found music personally. Like I said, I found it when I was young. My cousin. He was a drummer. He had a drum set in the basement, and I think at the time, my memory serves me correctly, he wanted to be Peter Criss from Kiss. So he had this big, huge drum kit around him, and he never let me touch it for a couple of years. And then finally,
Double bass.
It was so long ago, dude. It's so blurry. All I can remember is that when my sister was born, we went and spent a week there, and that was when he was like, "All right, you're driving me crazy. Here, this is how you do this." And he showed me a little bit how to play, and he let me play his drums for a while. And I thank him for that, because I don't think I would have found it any other way. Because nobody else in my family plays music. It's like,
Yep, me too.
most of them, I don't even think
My brother
any of them
plays
dance,
music.
honestly. And I maybe I'm wrong, but
You would have taken up dance if not music?
I took up ballet for a while.
Really?
Yes,
Like
yes,
no joking aside.
No, I'm fucking with you, man.
I was gonna say, because goddamn, dude, I have not seen
I
A lot
did-
of fake news on
I
this.
did go to
Pat
cosmetology
you with a
school
camera,
for a
prove
while.
it.
Really?
I did. I had a friend that I played music with, actually, and his family, they're all cosmetologists, and he was like, "Dude, you should do it, man. Guy cosmetologists make more money because girls want guys to cut their hair, blah blah blah, whatever." He talked me into it, and I went for a
How
while.
long? How many years did that go on for?
It wasn't long. It didn't last more than 2 weeks.
Oh my god! I thought we had like a soul age of your life
No.
here.
It was
not even a blink of an eye.
No, man. It was one of those things. I learned a lot about my friends.
Which ones? The guys that
All
were
my friends.
cosmetologists? Or?
All my friends. They're like, "What? You're going to cosmetology school? What the fuck are you doing, dude? Come on, Metallica.
I've had fevers that lasted longer than that.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Come on, man.
I thought
Did
he
you go to
was getting into
cosmetology
something
school?
deep.
I'm a beauty school dropout, man.
Well, that sucks. I would have much rather seen you do some ballet because I've seen your moves and I think they're lacking. But all jokes aside, so before we end the show, like I said, we're getting close to ending here, but let's hear one of your guys' like best or worst band experiences, whether it's on the road or playing a show, just some wild fucking story. I mean, what do you guys got for us that's just fucking cool from being in this band that you guys experienced?
I don't want to
together?
list the worst ones because those people might be listening.
Well, you don't.
The
You
show
don't have
in,
to call anybody out. I mean,
You're gonna say it, aren't you?
you guys could go for the best. I mean, whatever you want.
I was gonna say we played a show in Butte one time, and
Oh, that one
This
was
is a good one.
cool.
There was a fire like in the building while we were loading in, so we loaded in all our gear. And then they're like, "What are you doing? You can't be in here." So we took all our gear back out, and the manager's like, "No, you're good. Put your gear back in." So we put our
House
gear
was
back
still
in.
on fire.
Yeah,
by the
like
way.
meanwhile, there's like firemen and hoses like going in the building, and we're carrying in our amps and our basses and guitars and drums. And so we loaded in for the second time, and the fire marshal's like, "Nope." So we loaded everything back out and set it on the curb, and then they finally decided the fire was put out and it would be okay for us to play. So we loaded gear in 3 times for one show in Butte, and that was one of the more interesting ones that I remember.
The building was
That was a
still
fun
on
night.
fire when
It
we
was still
played.
on fire.
Like there was still like smoke coming out of the building.
I mean,
it was
it's Butte.
unbelievable.
It's one of my favorite bars in Montana, by the way, the Silver Dollar in Butte.
That was a great
I was
gig.
hoping you guys
I had
were
a
gonna
lot of
say
fun
that.
that
I was
night.
really hoping that's where it was.
Yeah, it was a fun gig. but-
Yeah, it was. Apparently, it was cold, and the dude upstairs had a fire in his fireplace, and it started the insulation between the bricks on fire.
Damn.
But yeah, that was fun. It's like, dude, the firemen are outside. It looks like there's a fire somewhere. Oh yeah, it's coming out the top of the building, you guys.
Let's pack our gear in and play anyway while the building.
We were surrounded by fire trucks.
Talk about a bitch loading in, huh?
The second time, whenever they kicked us out for the last time, we were standing on stage with our gear getting ready, and the 2 firemen walked through and they looked at us like, "What the fuck are you guys doing in here?" and then the guy came back, the marshal came back and said, "You guys got to be out of here." And it was funny seeing the fire, because you don't see firemen like that. They're ready, they're running into the fire, and what the hell is this guy?
You guys are all getting ready to do sound check.
We just trust you that much. I think we're okay.
Yeah, we're like, we seen you were here. I mean, Jesus, isn't that all we were waiting for? We know you're gonna do your job, right? Firemen always save the day, right?
He's like,
yeah,
what?
and they did. To their credit, the building still stands to this day, and we played the gig.
Thank you to the Butte Fire Department.
Yes,
Me and
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the fire departments everywhere. Me and Fiegel have had a lot of interesting moments with Kent Johnson.
Yeah, he's in One Leaf Clover with us, and we've been doing stuff for a long time and driving around in a shitty old van and having adventures late at night. That probably-
Agnes.
yeah,
Drinking beer from buckets.
not me. I'm the designated driver. I can.
There's got to be one. There's always got to be one.
I feel your
Yeah,
pain,
we played a
Matt.
wedding in Idaho, and they gave us all the leftover beer from the wedding in a bucket.
Oh my God! Hopefully you guys didn't have to play a show the next day.
No, we drove back to grooving on the Gallatin that was going on that same night and got back in time for the Moth set. And Kent and Callista were walking around with a bucket of beer. We wrote a song, "The Beer's in the Bucket and the Bucket's in the Van." It's
It was the van locked.
No, the van did not lock.
Real quick, tell him about the time Kent woke up in the back of the truck with Mike Cade leaving the
Yeah,
festival.
yeah. First off, we would like to have a moment of silence for grooving on the Gallatin. That was a pretty awesome thing.
Did you guys ever go to that? That was a really cool
I
music
did not.
festival.
It was all local music and one touring band, like every
That's
year.
super cool.
Yeah, and it was, well, I think the last year they got a couple of touring bands, and I
Yeah,
think
they
that's
had
what
like
fucked
Blitz
it
and
up.
Trapper was there, and they had some bigger bands.
Oh, you know,
Jaden
actually, I do
Carlson
remember
was there.
seeing that.
She's
I
great.
did want to go, but there
It
was
was
almost
really good.
there was almost 50 bands there the last one, right?
Yeah, Jason
Yeah.
Myers and Pete Lee
Wasn't
started. doing
Kyle
that.
Hollingsworth band at the last one?
Yeah, Kyle Hollingsworth played.
Yeah,
We
I was
played, we
really
were there.
looking forward to
That-
going to that, but
From
wasn't
String
able
Cheese?
That location is awesome. That's like, if I was going to have a wedding, I'd do it up there. If I was going to do a festival, I'd do it up there. You know what I'm talking about?
Not particularly.
It's up
no, I didn't
the
go.
Storm Castle.
Storm
retreat.
Yeah,
Castle.
I knew it was
It's in
somewhere in
Gallatin
there.
It's
Canyon.
cool up there, man.
Fuck yeah. Have to
I don't know
check
how
that
much
out.
it costs, but everything costs something.
Everything costs something, you know. It's all part of it.
Shout out to those guys.
Well, that's super cool. So, like I said, this was episode 1 of season 2. How does that make you guys feel being the very first episode of our second season?
Yeah, it's an honor, man. Thanks.
I
for
feel
having
great
us.
about that.
It's also the first time we've had video footage of the whole thing. We have had a couple people do some short videos in between, but I believe that this one is actually going to be posted on the site for being the first video on the site. Thank you, Pat Lokken, for your
That's whose
special
thumb that was.
services.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
And all of the work that you do in the community, Pat. You are a huge player in the scene, and I think that we want to take this moment, particularly as the Gallatin Underground, to thank you, Pat Lokken and Lokken Productions, for all the hard work you do.
Yeah.
He's our go-to guy.
He got super red for everybody who can't see or hear him.
Yeah, that's right. So we all love you. Keep doing what you're doing. And with that, we're gonna let these guys play one back to back. What are the songs and what are they about, real quick?
The first one's called Elbows, and that song's about elbows.
And Tippy Toes.
Like dropping,
that about
dropping
tippy
them on
toes?
people.
No, that song really is you know, it's one of those songs that it started this way and that, you know, and then it turns. But this song is about these guys and you guys and Pat and my wife and my kids and all the people that surround me that make me feel good about myself instead of bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't have to kiss these guys' butt. You know, they're gonna make fun of me and they're gonna hug me all the same. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna make fun of you while I'm hugging you.
Well, that's the thing. And that's the thing. You know, one of the secrets to staying happy as a band is never run out of weed and always have somebody to make fun of. And we're all capable of being made fun of. So
It kind of reminded me of that. I Walk Hard. You see that movie, the Dewey Cox story? Kind of reminded me a little bit of a scene out of that movie, but
you don't want this
that's
shit,
exactly
man.
where that's going, man.
Classic. It's a classic.
Oh God.
So yeah, this song's the Elbows song is about. It is about everybody. It's one of those songs. There's a line in there for my woman. There's a line in there for my kids. There's a line in there for you guys. And I do think that's probably the biggest direction that I'm going. I stopped writing political songs like way back in the Bush administration. I look at my notebooks from the Clinton administration, and I was very unhappy during those times, apparently. I don't remember being
We all have
that
dark
unhappy,
corners, Mike. We've
but
talked about that.
Anyway, I feel fortunate to have made it through it, and I'm still here. And it's another new decade, and I'm looking out this window right here. You know.
Sweet.
Anyway, and then the next song after that is called Stella Interstellar, and it's about my many UFO encounters. They started in Boulder, Colorado.
Shit, you guys should have started off with this song. We could have gone on a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
We'll
have to save it for the next one.
He doesn't talk about the anal probing.
Does anybody? That part never happened, remember?
Sure, everyone talks about that stuff.
All right, let's hear it.
This is Elbows. I think we're ready.
I found things are better when you're around. Stand tall, be yourself when you're around. Just standing on my tippy toes, leaning on my elbows. Something about the way I feel when you're there. So many things can bring us down.
There it is.
Fuck yeah, that's super awesome. Well, thank you guys for being episode 1 of season 2.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
You guys are awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks for making me laugh.
Oh, yeah, we
being
tried to. Sorry if we
yourselves.
picked on you too much, but we had to.
You gotta have fun.
You guys all have a good night. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one, which is Code Yellow.